Channel switched.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Good day, Tim.
I was looking, today's task is a unlimited mass all task, and I compared the JS3 and the AS33, and it's like the 33's got like a 3% better polar above like 180, but it's got about a 3% worse VNE. And the difference in VNE and start makes about a 7.5% difference in favor of the JS3. So I just thought I'd pass along those figures for you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
It's like,
User joined your channel.
hey, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
Hello, Robert.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Robert.
Service up, guys.
What I quoted you on start was the energy difference. I don't know if I said that between the two planes, one at 280 and one at 270 kph. I didn't look into the mass. I didn't take that into account. I just ratioed the velocities squared. That would have been interesting, actually.
Interesting final at the end. I have an eye on the top of the mountains to get over. Otherwise, the hills are too high.
Here we are at this familiar airport with the familiar wind direction.
Strong. Full wing load. No start speed limit. Cloud flying allowed.
This is a Condor 2 task.
Yeah. I took the JS3.
It's a good question. Really good question. One thing's for sure, the Ventus 15 isn't it.
User entered your channel.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Morten.
Hi, Morten.
Hi, Morten.
Hi, Morten.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, I took the DS3 as well, but I saw that the DS1 18-meter version performs very good.
Yeah, but thermal are strong. I prefer the 50 meter.
I think there probably will be a VNE run for an awful lot of that last leg
Yeah, I'm not sure.
going down that valley.
I'm not sure where you get over.
I think you can chase the valley for the last, third of it. Last third of the
Yeah,
leg.
early, yeah.
I was thinking late. The last third of the last leg, I think, is going to be VNE. But you got a 3% advantage for all the rest of the race. Yes. Okay, a reminder, it's a fully ballasted plane. Let's not do a downwind stall into the mountain.
Yeah.
Seems like we lose one of our buddies half the time.
Yeah, I'm every time totally focused when it's full ballasted.
Yeah, I came very close to resembling that remark there, Bruce.
Yeah, I was trying to warn everybody in time. We're not accustomed
Nice
to
reach
flying
lift here.
these things.
If you're below the ridge top, every time you turn out from the ridge, straighten up for a few seconds before turning back around again.
This is the strange valley which start on the other side. Nico's already there.
Yeah, he went to the lee, which the cloud that was here when I started is gone. There was a cloud.
Now it's getting interesting. Nico has now an AS-33.
Yeah.
User joined your channel.
Hi, hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Holger.
Hi, Holger.
Hi.
I'm in getting higher lift, just consistent ridge going along here now.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yep.
Let it switch as lift. 4 meters. 5, 6 meters.
Wow.
No, it's probably the thermal. It's the rootless isn't that good.
Oh, you're on the lee over there.
Sunday race task.
Yeah.
Speedy Sunday.
Yep.
User joined your channel.
Well, at least it's a 2,500 start.
Right.
Although, I mean, even at 28, I still haven't picked up any thermal.
Yeah, we're going to have to go across the valley.
Yeah, well, no, there's
After
good.
start.
Possible. I've flown it with 2.5 and reached the ridge. No problem.
We'll have to pull an eco on after the start, I guess.
Right. And also with VNE.
That, as long as that cloud doesn't go away.
Constant lift here.
I don't know, that cloud could be gone by the time. It's still 8 minutes.
We will see. I've still lift here.
Did anybody get any lag just now?
No,
Yep.
no, my game definitely didn't freeze for like 10 seconds straight.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I've seen a few planes jump, actually.
But when you see planes jump after those freezes, that's because it's those people who are frozen catching back up too.
Was a really long one, yeah.
Now, it's what it was. It's someone hooked up with a Ventus 315. And that was the first. There's a couple people with Ventus 318s, but that was the first Ventus 315, so I had to load the model. Yeah, that really needs to be fixed at some point. It's gotten, for some reason, it seems to have gotten worse.
Here all works fine.
This is Stemma, John.
Yeah, it's JF7. Yeah.
You have a Stemma, brother.
Oh my gosh. There's plenty of sink behind the ridges, but there's very little lift.
Yeah, cloud top race maybe.
I guess there is technically plenty.
7
of lift.
meters. Cloud flying is allowed, huh?
Yep. Well, there's no point in going too high because the start is way back down at 25.
Just train for after. It's 7 meters lift, I will go high.
They did reduce the size of the red button in this thing, in the AS.
Yeah.
I just noticed. I guess it was a modeling error.
It still looks kind of lonely just sitting up there. It seemed like a good spot to put another instrument in the cab, push that thing over a little further in the corner, but
It looked like an emergency stop button for a nuclear plant.
also it reminds me of the buttons you use for applying air to the trailer on a semi too. They have there's two big buttons you use for that, but basically for putting air to the trailer and for taking air off the main brakes, which also applies to parking brakes. Well, yeah, and just like a glider is just like a truck because they have air brakes as well.
Yep.
Do the British use the term truck, or is it for anything, or is it always lorry?
As far as I remember, it was always lorry.
Truck does get used occasionally.
Yeah, we watch American television.
I think it isn't a truck more just a regular, like a delivery truck or something like that. But a lorry would be a bigger one, like with a trailer or.
Nope. Don't think so.
So what about the thing that's on the back of your car that you store stuff in?
Say again?
What about the compartment in the back of the car that you store stuff in?
Boot. Yeah.
I like that
And
one.
you know, and the bonnet is over the engine, right? Of course.
Actually,
Well,
is it still a bonnet if it's like storage in the front? Like if you have a rear engine car? Or is it a boot that's in the front? Is it always in the back of the boot, or could it be in the front?
yeah. Well, I haven't experienced a car since the Volkswagen something or other. I can't remember the name of it. That you could put luggage under the bonnet, but no, I think it's always called bonnet.
And the Beetle, the trunk was in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, excuse me, boot.
Well, also there's plenty of higher end sports cars that they have a rear engine too, or mid engine, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah.
If you're lucky enough to find room in the front in one of those.
If I remember right, the Testarossa actually had custom luggage that was specifically made to fit into the storage compartment in the front.
Thank you,
Yeah, I
Mike,
think you're
and
right.
I wish you a nice Sunday as well. Good luck to all from Mike, and he wishes us all a nice Sunday. And
Thanks,
bye.
Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike.
See you, Mike.
I finally connected to the thermal here after 15 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had a couple of F-35s fly over my house a couple of days ago. And one of those vertical takeoff things with twin engines, dirty great props.
The
Osprey.
Osprey.
Osprey, that's right. One of those came up the valley as well.
Oh, I'd like to see one of those.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah, I think those are interesting. I guess they've got over the crashing part.
Oh,
They had so many accidents with those things at first.
yeah. You know, we used to say if it looks right, it is right. but that just doesn't really look right to me.
Well, I mean, when it's hovering, it's basically the same thing as like a Chinook or like that sideways.
Yeah.
But the problem is when it rotates and
Yeah, my opinion of helicopter type things is there are too many movable parts in them. The nice thing about the glider is that most of them don't have an engine to go wrong.
I wonder what the lift capability of the Osprey is, if it's very good. And is it like a Chinook or what?
I don't know. I mean, the point behind it is it has a lot. It's faster and has a lot longer range than a helicopter. It's just a real big advantage. I don't know about its carrying capacity.
They will probably have a lower capacity. I mean, the rotors is much.
Yeah. I wonder if it's as good as a Black Hawk. I'm just kind of figuring what it's given up, you know. If it was like a Black Hawk, it'd be more than good, you know, more than good enough, and it'd have all that other, you know, straight line capability.
Well, I think like every
I think
other
it's
aircraft, it's a big compromise.
I don't know if it's much faster, but it should have a longer range. One would have thought.
Well, I would think it would be a lot faster than the helicopter, but I got to admit, I don't know much about it.
Oh, yeah, it's faster and longer range because it's the thing is with the helicopter, you have a speed limit just because of the
Good luck, guys.
way the rotor works.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andreas.
At some point, the errors on the receding, the receding propeller will be going to, you end up with all sorts of weird speed issues, and then at some point the rotor blades going into the wind will go supersonic, and then that causes problems. It's all a big mess.
But I thought that some
Nico
helicopters are sort of aerodynamic, so that you can slow the rotor down as you gain speed.
Well, the problem is the rotor still is the main source of propulsion and lift, though. So I mean,
Yeah. But like you say, it's to keep the tip speed down. Isn't it?
You cloud, guys. Start.
Let's see. The start was 35, right?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, 25 seems so far
Got
down.
a new cloud spawn. So we have huge lift there.
Went into a flutter right before the gate.
Behind you, Bruce.
You see me have to pull up?
Yeah.
Not good.
And then the two new clouds, actually, another one's popped up as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel all that good, actually.
No. Green Netto 3.2. Keep 5 out here. 4 out here. 7 out here. I can avoid running into somebody. Holy moly.
Another new cloud.
Happy Sunday, guys.
Hi, Dave.
Happy Sunday.
I
Hi,
did.
Dave.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave. Good to have you.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Boy, I keep hearing noises right behind me.
Yeah, 5 guys close together.
My bog virus is on strike.
Oh,
Thanks for the reminder.
sorry, Morten.
Sorry.
No, I don't think there's anything I can do about it.
There you
What
go.
Are the bugs on high or something?
You got me.
P1? No. Who was it? I saw the wing fall off. I didn't know who it was. It looked like he hit you, but you stayed in one piece.
No, you got me. No, I was going down, but I managed to hit the button. And
May has a strong start.
are you going right, Richard, or left?
Left.
Thank you.
You look like you're cloud flying, Tim.
Yeah, it's very strong.
It's normal activity today.
Thank you.
No variation. Anybody see Nico?
Nope. A restart.
Okay.
He's done a restart.
Okay.
And then the clouds are gone. Maybe he is waiting for the next cloud. Beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful up here. The sink was pretty bad, wasn't it, Richard?
Yep.
That seemed like a pretty good cloud back there, Rich. The one just before this. Did you notice? Rich, not Richard.
Okay.
Yeah, it seemed, but I thought this one might be better.
It was over 5 netto. Wow, this one's really good. Yeah. Yeah, wasted turn. Wow, 9 on the netto. Nobody stopped.
I just slowed
Sustained.
up and cleaned my wings.
Well, I already made one turn that was a total waste, so I guess I'm not gonna.
I will drop out. It's more or less impossible to catch up with your guys with the bog wipers hanging in the middle of the wings and
Yeah.
wings.
Don't blame you.
So, okay. Have a nice evening and a nice life.
See you, Morten.
Thanks,
See you
Paul.
guys.
See you, Morten. Bye-bye. Have a nice evening.
User disconnected from your channel.
There's Tim.
Thank you.
Because
Congrats then.
Congrats, Tim.
Congrats.
Thanks.
You perform better. I lost too much time.
Well, that second turn point's well up there, isn't it?
3,044.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there a bit. If you can make that turn point, then you've got final.
I would think so.
I've hit L a few times by mistake in the AS, and boy, you can hear the Vario drop.
Yeah.
It's just like the ASW20.
Yeah, it's a hurt me button.
User disconnected from your channel.
Are we having fun yet, you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Just can't stop laughing.
this is great. I'm liking the sink in here between the clouds. Somehow, John, you've gotten up there really nicely.
Well, I slowed down to wipe my bugs off.
Bugs, oh yeah.
Seems like a lot of bugs today.
Whoa.
I know, but they accumulate fast.
But which
Yeah.
which plane are you in?
AS-33.
Yeah, there's something weird with it. I don't know if it's actually accumulating too fast or if it's just that they're much more visible. The texture for the bugs isn't blended, basically. It's just they stand out a lot more than the other gliders.
Oh, I thought they fixed that.
No, that was a scale. There was another problem they fixed, was that they were too big.
Oh,
So
okay.
them being too big is fixed, but they still kind of. When you get a lot of them on the, you'll notice that they can't flicker and on the ones on the further out in the wing. Other gliders, they can't blend in and they're harder to see. I think they're just easier to see on the AS-33.
Got it.
I feel like we're getting a little low, Rich.
Yeah. Well, it's a long way up to that turn point.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I just noticed. I hadn't really been paying attention, and I can see the mountains with turn points at now. Wow.
Well, I'm getting, at ridge or below ridge, and so on these taller ones, so that's usually time for a little concern.
Oh, I thought it was a new cloud forming, but it was dying. There's another one.
Man, stinky, stinky, stinky. When I see you, Andreas, I think of Fred Flintstone. You know Fred Flintstone?
Yeah.
Abba Dabba Doo.
I don't know if it's so easy. I try to pressure, challenged him.
That was definitely a better cloud out to the south. I just got hammered. Everybody went to the one to the south, and everybody's past me and higher.
You went to one at Tim had, didn't you?
Yeah,
That's a high risk here. Was close to hit the mountain.
yeah.
Full risk at the moment.
I mean, I was with you, Rich, and now you're almost 5 kilometers ahead of me. And you might even be higher. That's pretty crazy.
That's a kamikaze race.
I was definitely higher than Norbert. He's in
Where's
front of me
Tim?
and higher.
Ah, there. Come on, baby. $9 meter here. Unbelievable. 10 meter.
Yeah, I don't get these thermals. I don't. Why are some of these? Was the variation set to high or something?
Unbelievable.
John says no. John doesn't like it.
Like what?
He passed the 9 thermal.
Well, I don't. I'm at getting to the point where these ridiculous, overpowered thermals are kind of annoying. It's like, why are some of these thermals like 5 meters per second and some of them 10? That's insane. Was the variation set to like very high or something?
I think it was low, right? Maybe depending if the thermal's coming from the ridge or the flatland.
Well, these are all ridge thermals, though. It's the problem. There's no flatland out here. These are all ridge thermals.
But some ridges are steeper than others. I don't know. Maybe.
Interesting race.
Maybe you should have climbed in that one little. I don't know.
I climbed to 4,000.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, I don't actually care. I mean, if it's at this point, it doesn't even feel like we're really flying. Might as well just be literally rolling dice. You just flown hyper aggressively, got onto the ground, and suddenly got a 20 meter per second thermal. That's ridiculous. This feels less
flying is
realistic.
allowed as well. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, it feels like this is somehow like less realistic than Condor3 races at this point.
Cloud flying is not really realistic.
I'm having fun though.
Congrats, John.
Thanks.
Congrats, John.
Congrats, John.
Congrats.
Congrats. Congrats.
Okay, Condor, I'd really love to know how the wind can be blowing almost 30 kilometers an hour towards a ridge and be going down into the ridge at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I was looking at my wind speed thing, and yes, the wind was blowing towards the ridge, and yet it was still somehow going down.
Wave?
Well, no, doesn't matter. Unless the air is literally going into the rock, it can't be going down and towards at the same time.
Sounds like Microsoft.
Wind direction change also.
No, I think it's just a cloud, Andreas.
Very strong here. 8 meters.
Maybe I broke my glider. Because now I'm just getting. I'm not getting. I'm not even gonna try to finish this. Just sink everywhere now all of a sudden for my glider.
Don't you have an engine?
It probably will make the airplane go slower.
Unbelievable. Close back to 4,000. Yeah.
Boy, Rich, you just crushed me. Really nice.
Could do with a bit more height though to be happy.
And Tim's nice and high.
That is which was a boost behind. Very nice area.
Yeah, it's amazing scenery.
Should have taken that thermal. Big mistake, Bruce.
Yeah, it is, Mike.
We've done this finish before so many times with the same decision to be made.
So you have local knowledge.
Yeah. And every time I've done it, ended up doing the same thing. But a lot of other people didn't. I think today the way I usually go is the favored one, though. I think you're going to be really fast today, Rich.
No, I'm not fast on these Sunday races.
No, you're fast. Sorry, dude.
Can I swap this I-33 for your JS3, Tim?
Well,
No,
you've enjoyed-
no, sorry, not now.
But you got a good 10k legs on me.
Maybe earlier.
Yeah. You enjoyed the 3% benefit for the whole race, and now you're going to have a 3% deficit, so for
So-
just 10 kilometers.
So stop whining.
Yeah.
Oh, go on, let me. Go on, bully.
Yeah, you had your 3%. Now we are enjoying our 7%.
It's 3%. 270, 280. Roughly. It's the 7% is start energy.
Okay.
If you ignore mass, and I got to figure the mass in next time. I have a feeling it's not that big. I think this is a more massive plane, the AS.
Done. 190.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Every time we finished here, I've gone around like this.
Go, go, go.
That's Tim.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Congrats, Rich.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
My NOI is faster. And Nico also. Very impressive.
Same old, same old.
But close. Really close. One time I had luck. Terrible luck. Was close to the hill.
That wrong thermal I took really just killed me. The one that wasn't further south.
Yeah, that one that John was in.
That was a good one.
Certainly was. Don't flutter, Bruce.
Yeah, well. Not great.
Bit of flutter there, Dave.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was me or you guys.
I just watched you suddenly pull up, and I thought the only reason you're going to do that is because your wings are fluttering.
Congrats, Bruce.
That's
Thanks.
Bruce.
Congrats, Bruce.
Congrats.
"40 seconds faster."
I think I fluttered like 4 times coming into final. This 15-meter flutters a few kilometers earlier than the 18-meter I noticed.
Yep.
Well done there, Dave. Really well done.
Congrats, Dave.
Congrats.
Congrats.
You think the bigger gliders would flutter first, right? Than the smaller ones?
Yeah, you would think so.
But they don't. The smaller one flutters earlier than the bigger one, right?
I think it's similar, but the 80-meter crashes faster.
Depends on the stiffness of the wings, doesn't it?
Yeah. The short wing maybe has higher frequencies, but it's a broadband excitation here, so I don't.
There's also a mass damping the longer wings because it's got higher mass.
Seemed like it was fluttering a few knots earlier than the 18. I did a bunch of tests on the 18 the other day, and it fluttered around 163 knots. And this one's fluttering around 155. The 15-meter.
You know,
I'm surprised that John quit.
you just need to go through the flutter state.
I quit because I was sank, and everybody else was, look, I got 20 meter per second thermal. I was like, no, I'm done.
Oh, John, you are so fast.
Understandable.
No, it was unfair. This ridge was a lift to 4,000 meters, from 3 to 4,000, and then V&E.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Like a cheat task.
They're so inconsistent. It's like, why were some of those thermals so much stronger? I mean, there wasn't different weather zones. The variation wasn't high. They were all the ridge. Why are some of the thermals? Why are some of them
the
just
peak?
so much stronger?
The high of the peak.
No.
And also ridge behind the ridge, you have no wind there. And I had so much lift.
The ridge I was on didn't have a ridge upwind. Okay, one spot I looked, I had like, it was like 25 or 30 kilometer an hour wind blowing on the ridge, and I had negative netto. And I was right on the ridge. It's like, wait, the wind can't go down while blowing towards the ridge.
I had fun. That's what I'm here for.
I remember when I went into Microsoft Flight Simulator, the latest one, and you can switch on the wind kind of indicators, and you had wind sort of going straight into the deck and straight out of the deck. So it's really strange.
I was wondering, can you go through the flutter state and reach a different frequency?
Yeah.
You do when the wings fall off, Tim.
Yeah.
God, you're ugly, Rich. Just kidding.
Sorry, Bruce.
Looked at his profile picture, have you?
Let's see. CRA was also faster. I'm on the 3rd place.
Downwind landing was no problem at all.
That is, this guys have skills. Every day so fast. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
How routine they deliver it.
See you, Mike.
Yeah, but maybe
have a nice day,
took a
and
restart,
see you
thought.
tomorrow.
I know I was a early bird and go back to a restart. And May was the fastest one at the start, was first at the cloud base and fast on track, and now it's on the 17th place.
It is flying at LS4, LS8.
Ah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, very nice, Robert.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yep.
Yeah, the JS3s had it today, didn't they?
Yeah, it was more or less a V&E task, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to Tim, because I was just watching him pull away from me in his JS3, and I just no way I could keep up with him in the AS33.
Makes me a little bit sad because it's a new glider and has no chance with it against the JS3.
I don't really, I mean, if you take it by the numbers, that's not true. Maybe in practice, but the numbers they've given us, that just doesn't hold true.
It depends on the conditions.
Yeah, I think this task benefited the JS3, but you did very well, Rich.
You could have given me a toe, though, Tim. I thought that's very antisocial.
that would break your wings.
Well, I wouldn't need it if I'm on tow from you. You can just drag me along.
But does you have less sinking with the AS33 when you're flying a little bit slower than the JS3?
It's 3% better.
Just 3%, okay.
Well, but the V&E is 3% better. So
also, okay.
And the V&E is only for the last how much? Not much.
But
so
one choice of cloud can make that difference. Like that one you said you wish you'd come and join that cloud that John and I took. That can easily make up 2 or 3% there.
But that's not a plan. I'm arguing the AS is not really bad for this task by the numbers anyway. It had a 3% better for 75% of the task. I'm not sure about the start.
But up to what speed?
It's the whole time, but it's by 190. It's definitely 0.05 higher, which is 3%, and then it just gets a little bigger. But it's higher. It's higher the whole time.
Makes the routine of the JS3 the benefit of feel comfortable and routined.
Well, it's not clear to me that the polars, that what happens in the simulation really follows the polars, although Week claimed otherwise.
Yeah, may often you say when you're flying side by side, one has from 1 second to another 200 meters more than yourself, and I think this is more important than the glider.
Also,
best line.
that's only counts if you're flying in the same air mass. Somebody can be 100 meters left or right of you and be in horrendous sync compared with what you're in, or vice
Right.
versa.
Right.
And that makes a big difference. I'm not knocking the numbers, but it's more than just the polars.
Yeah.
I still think decision making, and getting the right route is more important.
Then
I
we
would
took
agree.
a 4K map that we could fly exactly precise.
I agree. The decisions and the skill and all is way more, but I hate to give up ahead of time. I hate to do it getting ahead of time,
It helps being lucky too, and somehow fighting a sword thermal.
Dave's being
Yeah.
a hooligan.
I'll say
Oh, geez, I
bye
couldn't
for
take
now,
off.
and good luck to you, Dave.
Have a good day, guys.
See you, man.
See you.
See you, Andres.
See you.
It's so interesting after the flight when you see you're 30 seconds behind another, maybe one turn less and you're faster. But yeah, in the flight it's always to find the best high and the best turns.
You
Yeah,
did so well, Andreas.
yeah, very good, and thanks.
It's so close together.
Yeah,
I was
amazing.
I was going to take the JS3, but I wanted to try moving the CG back on this AS33 and see what it was like.
User disconnected from your channel.
But I guess you suffered on the final leg.
Yes. I mean, the last leg was not quite VNE, but it was close to it.
Yeah.
Certainly, I could see the JS3s ahead of me pulling away, and I just couldn't keep up with the 33.
Yeah, I was on top of the ridge. I flown VNE to the end. So from turn point 2, close from turn point 2 to final VNE. I was so high.
Yeah, you were probably doing 10 kph more than me that whole last leg.
Yeah, just focused on flutter, yeah.
I didn't VNE till the finish line. After I got into the valley.
I'll say bye for now. Congrats all, and good luck to you, Doug.
Okay.
Bye, Tim.
See you guys tomorrow. Take care.
See you,
Yeah.
Tim. Take care, mate.
Yeah, I think it's the same from me as well. So thanks for the race, guys. It was fun.
See you, Richard. Take care, mate.
Yeah,
So long,
bye-bye.
Richard.
Disconnected.